Oh hey internet, what's up? Welcome back to Zenodyne R on the Type QQ channel. We've got another run for you with the Fire Arrow X ship. Hoping the success that we've had, maybe limited success that we've had with Fire Arrow X, would transfer over here. But sadly, maybe not. Although this is an okay run, not the best we have been doing, but I suppose for as infrequent we've been playing this game, I suppose it should be something of a success, you know. You know, I've said this a million times, some of these games you have to kind of, you know, adopt into your home as a new roommate or a new significant other, and then just kind of live its life until you've firmly destroyed it thoroughly. You know, you can't really casually sedate or casually defeat these games of any sort, at least at my skill level. So, getting as far as we did, and doing as doing as well as we did early in this game, so probably means that, you know, in an overall sense, this is a good run, good video. The end, put it to bed, that sort of thing. But other than that, I did want to kind of use this as a sort of backdrop for an announcement as well. A pretty awesome announcement. Something I know I can at least confirm, that if you are into the Zenodyne R Fire Arrow X videos, I can confirm with 100% certainty that Jetbuster, the next game in the sort of from the same studio that has produced these games, that's coming out in October, we will be covering that full force. So expect like day one release videos and the like, you know, at least to my best ability. Who knows, you know, provided the moon doesn't fall on us, that sort of thing. But that's the idea. Hopefully we can get a backlog going of it and really add some great content. So it can really give you a sort of benchmark to whether or not you want to dive into it as well. Pretty cool, no miss level there. But level 1 stuff, you should be, you know, if you're looking to slay this game, you should be no missing the first level at the very least, you know. Maybe even the second level. Who knows what surprises may arise, right? But yes, I'm very excited for Jetbuster. Hopefully there's a lot of crossover fans that like shmups and anthropomorphic animals. I'm not so sure I played a lot of those games that would really scream out to those fans, so hopefully that is one game that does. You know, I as long as there's a ship to fly and bullets to dodge, I'm in. So hopefully it's a good game. I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully it creates some buzz and some excitement as we rack in another extend there. It's been a while since we played a shoot 'em up as well. You know, a sort of shoot 'em up with these sort of cutesy, happy aesthetics. And I'm not sure if Starry Night really counts. That's more or less a sort of torture device than it is a shoot 'em up. I would have to say, without having to like cheat and look at the website myself and actually see, I think Neko Navy might have been the last tried and true shoot 'em up. That is, of course, if you don't count Toho and you don't count Starry Night. You know, tried and true, I would say, you know, inarguably, you know, absolutely, the last shoot 'em up would probably be Neko Navy, which I saw on sale, you know, rather recently. I forget the the title, I forget the website now, but you know how there's like a million and one of those bundle sites out there where you can get like fucking 15 games for like a few bucks. Like Neko Navy was on one of those, and I was like, really? Really? That's rather quick, I thought, you know. Neko Navy came out like May, June? Yeah. You know, almost the same time as Castle Shikigami, and yeah, and already in bundles. I mean, to each their own, I suppose. You know, I mean, if maybe the cute 'em up crowd is a little bit smaller than your regular crowd. Maybe people just don't really get into it, but or I have no idea. Maybe their sales have kind of plateaued. I don't know. I'm just talking out of my ass right now. I'm racking up our 7th life. Hot damn. Whatever crossed our crossed us to want us to play good for a second. But I think I've said this a bazillion times, but I love these games from this development team. There's just something about the proportions when it comes to the pixel art that I really like. I can't really like describe it particularly. Like, I just like how things are a little bit larger, a little bit slower. Although, you know, that's probably really not the case when you're talking to games like Fire Arrow X, which is like super fast. But like, I just kind of like the pixel art, you know, is allowed to kind of like breathe, you know. Granted, you know, some of the pixel art can be really nice looking when you're talking about like tight, intricate stuff. But I like how this stuff is like clean, brightly colored, and the shapes are allowed to sort of breathe. You know, when you're looking at these sort of pink and red sort of designs here on the level, you know, they're just slightly shaded, you know, with a few different tones. And I don't know, I guess I'm really into a lot of the I'm really into it. I'm just, you know, again, like I properly said earlier, you know, I just don't really have the vocabulary to really kind of describe it. But yes, I like how sort of, you know, large and cartoonish, you know, even if that's maybe not the correct word. You know, if you call things cartoonish, do you feel that kind of has like a negative connotation sometimes? You know, unless, you know, it's, you know, like Cuphead and is absolutely looking for that sort of style, you know. Otherwise, are you just saying something that doesn't look realistic, and even if it's intended to be so? I don't know. I've always had a sort of an attraction to simplicity sometimes. You know, like a simple elegance is what I like. You know, I think I've said this in mechanics before in some games where you're like, hey, it doesn't need to be, we don't need all this extra garbage, just keep it down to this. And I think that's kind of what draws me to these games in particular. It's, you know, it's move, it's shoot, it's bomb. You know, that's kind of, you know, without getting into the finer minutiae of things, that's kind of it. And just getting annihilated there. So, once upon a time we had 7 lives, but now down to 5. Can't really argue too much. We're still doing pretty decent for not having seen this game in maybe a few weeks. So, and also we're coming across some of these big walls of monies, so we should be compensated for our damages in this level and the next. Provided we survive that long. I'm not going to ruin the surprise, but I suppose if you look at the video link right now, you probably could make your own conclusions. But yeah, those are my thoughts on my preferences when it comes to like pixelated games, pixel art games. I'd be interested to hear yours, what you prefer, if you even prefer, Jesus Christ, like that. If you prefer, you know, two-dimensional pixel art, or unless you, maybe you like 3D graphics, maybe you like, you know, rendered stuff. Who knows? You know, into the sort of polygonal Nintendo 64, PlayStation 1 stuff. Who knows? Let me know. I'll be interested to hear. You know, I think sometimes it depends on when you started playing video games, and kind of can, you know, much like childhood toys. You know, what do you remember playing when you were a child? And you know, I certainly played a lot of different games, but certainly when it came to like the shoot 'em ups, it was, you know, very much stuff like this. At least on the surface, you know. I'm not so sure I had a. Well, I mean, I had Gyrus, if you can count that as a vertical scroller. I'm not so sure you can, but I certainly had Gradius. I had Silver Surfer, which actually some levels were vertical scrolling, and man, that game was not particularly fun. Although it was, you know, once you removed yourself from like, this game is absolutely unfair and hard, it was almost a challenge for me, like, how much is this game going to allow me to get away with? But here we are on this stage here, that's usually been wrecking us real bad. And you can kind of tell how that's been, you know, or why that's been this early onslaught, especially with those large blue planes. You know, you really have to stick them with the your sort of concentrated blue fire real quick. Rather easy mini boss there. And another section, just like the area before us, or the level before, giving us a lot of nice large medals to kind of hopefully get towards our next extend. Taken down to 2 lives now. And the hardest thing about taking an L and getting killed is not necessarily, oh man, that gutted me when that happened. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. These big gray and blue ships, though, those are the ones that we really need to crush as soon as they get on the screen. These guys here, because yeah, they just spill bullets everywhere. So if you can kind of take care of them like that, that's probably best. But that's how it works right there. Really considered continuing and just saying, screw it, we're going for the distance because we have these 5 continues, and just kind of sat on it for a while going, do we not, do we not, and really, unfortunately, chose not to. But yeah, that's going to be it for the video, guys. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a like, leave a comment, do all that stuff, and we'll come back and play some more Zenodyne R in the future.